Hey up YouTube, today I'm going to get two jobs done. They're both quite lengthy jobs, but I'm hoping it's going to be a short video. It's not a great deal really to talk about. We're going to be potting up the Jiffy Plugged chili plants and sowing some dahlia seeds. About 50% of my dahlia seeds I'm going to sow today. Actually no, it won't even be that much. So join me after a sec, we'll have a look at these guys. Okay, here we go. So this is one of the cayennes that was growing under the Spider Farmer SF at 1000 grow light. You see, lovely, really healthy plant. These were all sown 18th of December. The germination rate extremely high across the board, apart from in some of the older seeds, the peperoncinis, and things like that. They're looking a little limp now because, as you can see, they're all well rooted. They've all broken through the Jiffy pellet packet. All I've done with these 9cm pots, I've got my usual Jack's Magic compost. I filled them quite loosely. I would have liked to have mixed some perlite into this soil, but unfortunately I don't have anything at home. Once again, I'm at home and I wanted to be filming this down the plot, but with Storm Christopher starting today, I've not been able to get down the plot. I actually should be at work, but my internet's offline, and so I can't even get to work remotely. I'll be doing a lot of these today, a lot of labels, because if I don't label them, I guarantee you I will forget what's what. So I'm going to pot some of these up for me today. I'm going to give the rest a good drink, and I'm going to list them for sale because there's a lot more here than I actually anticipated. So I'm going to list them for sale. But all I've done, filled the pots, 9cm square pots, with compost and with 2 fingers, because for me 2 fingers is about as wide as the Jiffy pellets. I've just gone round and made a hole, and they fit just nicely. The one thing I am going to do this year that I've never done before is I'm putting some mycorrhizal fungi in. Never used it before. I'm literally just going to be putting a pinch in each pot. This stuff, I think, or feels, that's not going to tear, is it? Oh yeah, there we go. Feels very granular, and I'm used to, when I see it, yeah, I'm used to it being a powder. So I'm literally just going to put a small pinch, a very small pinch, in each pot. I believe this stuff packs quite a wallop. So we'll go around, we'll do that, and then we'll do some sowing, some potting on, sorry, not sowing. And then literally, this is a cayenne. I'm going to pot up 3 of each to start with, and then have a look at what's left. And then that's literally it. I'm not fannying about. I'm not going to play about with them too much. I'm just going to get them in. So I'm just going to pick some of the bigger ones for myself. Oh, they really have these really actually probably should have been potted up sooner than today, but I haven't had the resources. Just tamp them down just lightly because there's a lot of roots exposed and you don't really want to interfere with them if you can help it. And this one, that's going to be 3 cayennes. I'm going to water as I go, and I am definitely labelling as I go. Let me know in the comments below if your other half, be it male or female, is as forgiving as mine is for allowing you to garden on the kitchen table. So now I've got this tray done, I'm just going to pop you down so you can have a look at what I've done here. But just to show you, that's the sort of thing we're looking at here. All really, really healthy. So I'm just going to let that compost soak, and then I'll give it another soak, and then they'll get potted up. Sorry, not potted up, they'll go back into the grow tent. These are all the spares I've got left. There's lots. So I'm going to have a sort through them, give them a drink, and we'll have a look, and we'll be right back with some seed sowing, I think. I do have another vegetable tray, but I might save that because I've got what I want here. Right. Job number 2 for today. Like I said, I apologise to the regular viewers. You're going to see me sow dahlias twice. And that's pure, but maybe even 3 times actually, depending on what on the video schedule. Because I'm sowing these now more as a bit of an experiment, and then the main ones I'm going to sow mid to late February, maybe even early February. So these are going in a couple of weeks earlier than I anticipated. But I've got the room in the tent. And these ones really are going to be for my dad because he wants them for his garden. So I kind of need to get them started, get them up, and get them hardened off in time for him to get them in early enough to at least get a show. Because the thing about dahlias or dahlias from seed is you will not get their full potential in their first year. You'll still get flowers, but you'll get a better harvest or show or whatever you want to call it in years 2, 3, 4, so on. But all of these are so indoors from January through until, is it April? April. They all state they need a 20-degree temperature to germinate. So these are going to be going on the heat mat until they've germinated, and then I'll turn the heat down. These ones are just going to sit at the side at ambient temperature of the tent. I'm not sowing so many in here, but there's sort of 2 experiments here. One is a relatively early sowing of dahlias, where they'll be able to stay in this compost. I've used a multi-purpose in here, where they should be able to stay in this compost for, I'm hoping, upwards of a month. I'm hoping closer to 2 months. We'll have to see how the root activity goes. These guys are in a seed. These trays, these little quarter trays, are filled with a seed and cutting compost, which, as we know, is a lower nutrient compost. And I'm going to see how these guys do when I prick them out versus these guys at the finished product. Nothing going in this tray. It's just prepped. I've only got 3 varieties, and I like to keep things neat and tidy. All the dahlias are all sown in almost identical fashion, which is 1/4 inch deep holes according to the packet. If you don't have, once again, if you don't have lights at home and the capability of heating underneath your plants, I would recommend holding off doing this until February at the earliest, depending on when your last frost date is. The further north you go up the country, the longer I would hold off. Give me a moment. Phone's now ringing. Battery died. Everything died. Phone went. Let's get these dahlias in, eh? Now, this is the first time I've ever done dahlias this year. I've got 3 varieties to sow. I've got Pom-Pom mixed. I've got Fireworks, and I've got Diablo. All 3 from DT Brown. What have I got at the back left? Back left I've already labelled up as Pom-Pom. So I've never even seen a dahlia seed, so let's have a look. I wonder if they're all going to be the same sort of thing. Okay, not what I expected. So I'm expecting quite a few misfires, but they're the seeds. I don't know if they'll be showing up on camera. And I am going to take the time to station sow an individual seed in each one. These ones look a little bit damaged actually, a little bit concerned. So I'll go through, I'll get these sown. No real hints and tips on these. Like I say, it's the first time I've done dahlias. So I'm not going to make you sit through me sowing all these. I'll probably speed it up, add some music, or I'll take it out completely. We'll see. I'm just going to close these holes up, so I'm just going to nip the holes together. I'm just going to close the holes over the tops of the seeds. I'm going to give them another spray. I did pre-wet this compost, but I'm just going to give them another spray down now. And then on top of this, they will also then be going on top of some, what do they call it? The moisture wicking mats. In the grow tent, and they will have heat under them until they have germinated. And then this tray here, this last tray, I don't know what's going to go in it, I'll be honest. I'm not going to put anything in it today, I'm not going to worry about it, and what I'll do is I'll just keep it back as a sort of preheated tray of preheated, ready-to-use tray of compost. The reason I don't like having blank spaces, especially when I'm going to use my heat mat, is it's wasted heat. The heat just dissipates through the opening, as it were, and tends to get a little lost. These trays you saw, I just put some seeds in. When it comes to the sort of the garden, both at home and the flower beds I'm going to do on the allotment, I'm not one for displays. I'm not worried about mixing up the varieties or anything like that. I just want to have a little bit of colour down on the plot, so I'll leave those unlabelled. They're a bit of a mix match, and they certainly will be by the time I get round to sowing them anywhere. They will be there'll be no telling what they are unless the plants themselves look different, but I'm not experienced in flowers or dahlias to be able to tell the difference. So, you know, they will go into the flower bed, provided that they survive my manhandling when I put them on and things like that. They'll go into the flower bed as they are. So these ones are primarily for my dad, with some extra seeds. I say I will be doing a second sowing, because I believe dahlia seeds are one of those types of seeds that don't keep very well. So they will all get sown this year and either sold or given away, or you know, whatever, or planted if I can find space for them. As this winter has progressed, I've actually found that I'm gathering a lot more space on the allotment than I have had before. Sort of condensing down that spring bulb bed and things like that has freed up 3 other beds. I've done a lot less garlic this year, for example, than I have in the past. So I have a lot more space ready for spring, summer. So I'm going to put these in the tent, and then I'm just going to quickly show you what the tent is like now. The chilli seedlings are all looking very unhappy, as chilli seedlings do. So we'll have a look in the grow tent now. So give me a minute and then I'll take you through. Now, as you can see, the chilli plants are looking very sad. They don't like being potted on, but by tomorrow they'll have perked back up no problem. These guys down here need a bit of a soak actually, so I'll give them some water. There's the dahlia seeds, all under the Spiderfarmer SF1000. I can't sing the praises of this light enough. I know a lot of people don't like advertisements and sponsored videos and so on and so forth. But I've always said if I get a good product, I will endorse it. And it's a world apart from the two £20 lights I was growing with last year. I've had much better success. So that is currently running, I think I've got it on 100% just for the sake of this video, but that is currently running at 12 hours a day at 50% light, 50% output. And yeah, I'm very happy with how things are growing in here. So I just need to set up these smart plugs to turn the heater on and off at the same time, and maintain the heat in those dahlia seedlings. But like I said, once they're up, I'm going to put a lid on them as well. And once they're up, then the lid will come off and they will be in the tent. The lid will just help maintain a better temperature for the heat mat. But yeah, that's the grow tent. So guys, yeah, bit of a mishmash of videos at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, apologies for that. I'm struggling to get time in down on the allotment. Let me just move that around a little bit. And I'm struggling to get decent content in down at the allotment. The weather at the times and days at which I can get down the plot has been horrific. So it's been a case of getting the jobs done and getting out of the horrific weather. I wouldn't be able to film in it anyway. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a reveal of the rest of the seeds that I've got planned, or the bulk of the seeds that I've got planned for this year. I'm interested to see the effects of this mycorrhizal fungi on the chili plants. I've never used it before. I know the likes of Dean, and the guys over there at the giant veg side of things use it a lot. Although he's not using it this year. I don't know whether it was a case of supply or whatever. But he's not using it this year. So I'm just intrigued as to whether it's going to make a difference for food crops at home. I will also pot up, if I pot up the dahlias, although some of them will get potted up, they will also get some of this mycorrhizal. It's fine for everything. And it's a sort of symbiotic relationship between plant and fungus. The fungus sort of carves the way for the root channel, for the roots to grow down. And then the roots follow the fungus mycorrhizal highway, as it were. So we'll see how that does, see what difference that makes. It could accelerate the root growth so quick that I end up having to pot up a lot earlier than I want. But you know what, we live and learn. Don't forget, if you've made it to the end of the video, you're a champion, you're a star. If you're not subscribed, and if you've made it this far, you must think that what I'm doing is okay. So do press that subscribe button, and the like button, and the share button as well. It helps. It really, honestly does help. Don't forget, this video is going to go live around about this weekend. So that's going to be around about the 24th-ish, I think. Where are we? 19th. So this is going to be the weekend video, I think. So and either way, the giveaway is still active. You've still got time to head on over to the December plot tour video, watch that, and enter the giveaway. The giveaway is, I'm told, actually quite big. From the people that have entered it, they said it's really generous and it's a really big giveaway. It's not high in monetary value, but it's a curated sort of giveaway of a lot of very useful things, as opposed to one very big thing. So yeah, head on over to that. Coming up, so we've got this weekend is covered. Next weekend we've got the live stream where I'm going to do the winner of the giveaway. Not too sure what I'm going to do in that video. Normally I do potting up and things like that, but it might just be a chill out and chat. Then the week after that, I'm hoping to do a I'm hoping to get the sowings for February done. Although February I tend not to sow that much, so that's going to take some careful consideration. But coming up, a big one for you new growers is going to be hints and tips for sowing different types of seeds, different shapes, different sizes, and little hints and tricks that you can do to improve your yields. So we're going to look at chitting seeds, we're going to look at soaking seeds, we're going to look at panicky seeds that want sowing a particular direction, and so on and so forth. We're going to look at sort of the differences in compost, the differences in coir, the differences in jiffy pellets, all that sort of thing. It's going to be might be a bit of a long-winded video, but hopefully there's going to be lots of good information, and that's going to be coming early February. So once again, don't forget, press subscribe, press the bell icon, and that'll tell you every time I upload something. It'll also tell you when I put a card up to say when I'm going to go live. That's it from me today. This is going to be a mammoth editing job because of the amount of interruptions, but hey ho, such is life. I've got nothing else to do. My internet's down today. I'm meant to be at work, but I can't be at work because I'm a remote worker. I'll see you later.